Welcome to Connection Shelter. I'm Pastor Erica Kozer. I am the pastor of Community Connections here at the shelter, and we're so excited to give you a virtual tour of our space this afternoon. We are now housed here at First Presbyterian Church on their second floor. It is a beautiful space, lots of room for our guests to spread out. Churches have done a beautiful job of adopting rooms and decorating them to be warm and welcoming, and we are excited to show you what this new chapter of Connections Ministry looks like.
I'm Pastor Colette Brody-Grund, the pastor of Administration and Development here at the shelter. We are standing in the entryway off of Hickory Street, and this is where we do intake for our guests. Because of COVID precautions, we are having guests come in one person or one family at a time. We do a bag search and health screening and welcome them in for the night. And then they head upstairs for a rest in their rooms before dinner. All right, follow us. Come upstairs. This is our kitchen space, and in addition to food being prepared here, this is our volunteer check-in space. So when you come as a volunteer to the shelter, this is the first place that you come to sign in and get oriented for the night. And then the meal team serves out of the kitchen. We just pull a little table across the door and the guests come right to the kitchen to get their food.
So welcome to one of our singles rooms. This is actually one of our men's rooms. We have 6 guests to our multiple singles rooms. We have 2 rooms for men and 1 room for single women. This year, one of the big changes that we have had to do because of COVID is move dining tables into each room. And so our guests are sort of in a pod that they share meals with, that they share a space with, and it just keeps our contacts amongst each other decreased so that we are not at risk of spreading germs. So our guests settle in here. They're welcome to leave their items here for the whole day and come back each night. They're guaranteed their bed for the week that they are here and going forward. And then they eat and play games and hang out in their rooms in the evenings.
Welcome to our movie room. This is the first time in the history of Connection Shelter that we have had a designated movie room. We and our guests are quite excited about this space. So this is just one option of the places that our guests can go to have some quiet, relaxing time after dinner. And also a place where if some of our guests need to stay up late, they can be in here without bothering anybody else. So we are excited about this space, not only as a movie space, but when we need to have staff meetings, there's lots of room for us to spread out appropriately, and it becomes a multi-use space that we are going to head next door to the office.
Welcome to the Connections office. This is the first time in all of our seasons that we have actually had a permanent office that we can settle into and conduct the business of Connections Ministry. So Pastor Colette, myself, each have desks here. We have phones here. And we also have been blessed this year to be able to put in a security system so that we can monitor the hallways. Our staff can settle into this space. And lots of work gets done here at all hours of the day and night. Let's go to the community room next.
We are now here in our community room. This is the corner of the building opposite where we come in. And this is another one of the spaces for guests to relax after dinner and to stay up as late as they want without disturbing anybody else. We've got books in here, puzzles, games. We also have a computer for our guests to use if they are looking for housing or work or checking their email. Next, we will go and see a family room. We are now now here in one of our smaller rooms that we are using for families. There are 3 or 4 beds in all of these family rooms, and this is nice to be able to give families a bit more privacy, especially those who have young kids. Then they can set their own family bedtimes. Families are not dining in their rooms for the most part because these rooms aren't big enough to allow for a table. We do have a dining room that we will show you in just a minute where those families dine.
If you would like to get involved in work here at the shelter, we invite you to volunteer with us. It's really easy. Go to our website, www.connectionshelter.org, and click on volunteer. And there's a spot you can go there to sign up on our Sign Up Genius page. You are welcome to check it out. If it's your very first time, you'll get information about what your job entails, and we just welcome volunteers to come and walk with our guests and to learn more about what those experiencing homelessness in the Mankato area are facing.
We also invite you to get involved by donating. We do take some in-kind donations, but it depends from week to week what we need. So if you are interested in a donation of items, we ask that you would call us directly to work that out. We also need financial donations always to support our staff. And you can donate to us either by giving me a call at the shelter phone number, or you can go on that same website that Pastor Erica mentioned, and there's a donate button there. Thanks for joining us for our virtual tour. We hope to see you in our space as a volunteer.